Hey YouTube, it's Apex 5.1 hitting you back with another video. What I've got for you today is another homemade belt that I did actually. See, it's one that in some ways is kind of simpler than what I've used before to make belts. Other ways, it's a little more kind of complicated. But here we are. We will start it off. As you can see, I have a Divas Championship here. And as you can see, it's really bright outside from yet another snowy Minnesota. But anyway, that's what I've got, and I will start from left to right. So what I did is, you can see the strap might look a little different, a little almost kind of squishy. See, I still have the kind of shell of a duct tape, but it is actually foam that I have in there. See, it's 2 layers of 1mm craft foam, or maybe 2mm craft foam. That maybe looks like 4 mil. I've never actually measured it, so I don't know. But yeah, so I did all my same kind of holes and stuff. I put in the snaps, and I actually did have silver snaps, so they match the motif. And another thing you'll see is I applied a snap box. I know it's a separated thing, and I normally say I don't like patch boxes that are an extra layer, but if it's an extra layer of duct tape, it's not really affecting anything. And I was young and goofing around with trying to make different stuff, so. And it does give it a little bit extra flop, not too much, about as much as your usual figs belts maybe. But yeah, I just took a sizing around the snaps, and just, as you can see, I have the line down the middle where I did my kind of baseline. But anyway, it looks pretty cool. No tooling around the outside, of course. You can't really tool into duct tape. But for the side plates, it's that same kind of metallic paper, but it's silver. And I put it over cardboard plates. I did all the art. I did all the kind of etching and stuff. Etching. But yeah, and I know the cut's not right. And maybe that's something I'll change later. But here is the center plate, and I know there's some stones to redo. But essentially how I did them is, stick on stones, glued them. The AJ on there on the nameplate, which I did actually do little made marks for screws, which does come off. It's just a strip of packing tape, and it holds it on, so it is technically interchangeable. The AJ on there is not for AJ Lee. Let's see, my aunt's first name begins with the letter J, so Auntie J, AJ, essentially is where that's from. I did the lettering. It's not my best, but it's good. The banner work, the lines on the banner look okay. It's essentially Sharpie, my good old trusty tool. But yeah, let's see, the letters and everything I did, the wings and stuff I did, the stones and stuff I did. Like up here, I know I have a couple to replace and stuff, and that's half the reason why I borrowed this from my aunt, so I could fix it up for her and do the video. And then over here, the side plate is mirrored. The other one, hello YouTube. Then you go to this side. It is your female snap box, not the male, as I usually say. And you got a 2x5. And I was able to scale this one up. This one's a little more close to actual size, like actual replica. The Smoking Skull belt was a lot smaller, more kid-size replica, honestly. But then I have the snap box over here too. See a good outline there. And it's really interesting. You almost get like, with the foam, you almost get like the folds of leather. I know it's not exactly the same. And then here is the backing. I am able to do a full backing covering the snaps, which is something, oh, as I slap it around a little, kind of nice. But you see there, you almost get like the creasing and folding of leather in the intersections there. And this one I actually dated because I'm a genius. So this one I made in 2011. That is my little signature thing. And one thing that's kind of cool, I was able to add a bit of a curve. And that's not by stiffened cardboard or anything. What I have in there, which is nice because it's a little bit smaller than the plate that I made, is the actual plate of an Eagle tag. So an Attitude Era tag toy belt is in there. And I have the main plate on the back of it. I think the edge is about right here to about right there. So it covers the whole thing, and it is coming up. It is 10 years old. Give me a break. But it looks pretty good. And maybe, because I know for how the cut should be, it's rounded at the bottom here, and it's rounded off at the top, but the top of the butterfly wings kind of come off. And again, on here I did the edging for the sides, or etching, I'm sorry. Got the logo in there. Etching over here too. Pretty much I made it because I didn't have quite the money I did before 10 years ago that I do now, so I wasn't as active into collecting as I wanted to be. And I wanted to do a cool gift for my aunt. Her kind of theme, her kind of gimmick is diva stuff. Like she has a church singing group. They're you know, kind of special name is the Divas, so they're all diva stuff. So I wanted to make this for her as a gift, so I did. And essentially in one day I made it. I stayed up till like 4 in the morning. But yeah, you can see the stones are pink, darker pink. So those are not white stones in there. The ones in the Divas word are multicolor. But yeah, so that is it. Another one done. Glad you guys could join me again. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you guys later.